Good morning. Episode 6. We're already going. Follow the yellow brick road. Alright, let's see where we are in game. We are. Let's. Do, 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 do. Alright, we're up to 11,000 people. And our account balance is not 72 million. It's way, way less. Let's get the train service back going. Head on out, puppy. Alright, so we are... we're struggling here. We should be at 70, 75 million, where it's not even 70,000. But, passengers, how many passengers are waiting here? There are 42 passengers waiting in Huntsville to go back to Brownsville. And the deliveries to Brownsville are still making money. We added a few more cars. And we went to... Where is that number? Oh, another building just popped up. Demand for bricks. How many bricks does Huntsville want now? 124. Okay, well, we're getting there. Let's see. What's going on down here? We have no money to buy any more wagons right now, if we even wanted to. But we've got a lot of bricks here waiting for Dyersburg, which is weird. Dyersburg needs more bricks than Memphis, but Memphis is a bigger city. Let's wait for a one of the quarry trains to come in. They're carrying gravel. That's how we're making cement. As soon as that comes in, we will try and throw another car or two on here, just to pick up this backlog. There's quite a bit. Let's wait for the stone train. Where is she? Well, here's Aunt Betty. She's full, 174. Where's Uncle Jed? Uncle Jed is down here and hasn't even made it around the curve yet. So what's waiting for Uncle Jed on the platform? 251. The terminal is full to capacity. So we need bigger trains. Let's see. Uncle Jed. Can Uncle Jed pull 250 out of here? What is he pulling right now? 178. Speed it up there, bucko. Hey, 43% loading speed, but how much did he leave? Left 100. I mean, we could put... Let's see how fast Uncle Jed makes it back up that hill. 16. 15. Oh, yeah, 15. We could easily put a couple more cars on that train. But, I mean, we have the money for it. Let's put them on the other one. There's the Huntsville brick train. 47 bricks left behind. No, we said we're going to put them on the... what is our number one priority right now? Well, it doesn't matter because all the money's gone. That quickly, it just popped. Boom, gone. So let's see. Let's see what's going on the new passenger and freight lines. Do we see anybody? All right. Red die number 5 is coming back empty. And they made, let's see, 414 on that run. But it's costing, what is that, 280, so 560. So it's a loser. It's losing money. because it's not fast enough to make the trip there and back. And you know, as the crow flies is how we get paid. So the crow is flying from here to here, not going all the way down here, taking this slow long loop and coming up to here. The Memphis run at least should be more profitable. Does this go to Memphis? No, this goes to Dyersburg. So we've got to get a few more cars on here as soon as we can afford them, and that is not right now. Yeah, there's a lot of work to do in here to optimize this route, but hey, at least it's working, and we're making money. Not a lot, but we are making money. Let's see if we pass a passenger train. I mean, we're making good speed on this train loaded. There's no reason we can't put a couple more wagons on it. I mean, except we don't have the money to buy them. I mean, that's generally a good reason. Ooh. See, that's the truck service. Just bringing in pennies. They add up. Now, if we had a, I don't know, maybe we should, I don't know, another concrete train? I mean, that is an option. How far apart are they spaced? I mean, here's one. How much would it cost to buy another one of these? 5.8 mil, okay? Nowhere close to that do we have. But we could build one. Alright, here's a concrete train. Where is the other one? That's Uncle Jed down there, so how far back is Aunt Betty? Oh, she hasn't even loaded yet. Okay. There's Uncle Jed, 178, and on the platform is 271. And how's... Yeah, we're only transporting 82. So we're kind of maxing things out. If we had a bigger engine, absolutely. Throw on more wagons. But the question is, can we... Well, it'll be cheaper just to throw a couple more wagons on. Let's see if we can get to 204. 204. 204? Wagons? Cargo? Flat cars? Nope, we need gondolas. Where are those two axle hopper cars? Here they are. They do 50 for 116. They carry 4. So that's about 25, 30. That's 30 per load. This is 4. Same price. Weight is 5. What's the weight on these? Whoa, 15. That is not a car we want to repeat. That is not at all. These weigh 10 and 10. This always, let's see, this is 5. Did I click the wrong car? I clicked the wrong. Oh yes, the 2 axle that weighs 15. That was the problem. Okay, so let's check. So we do 200. That'll give us another 7. You know, let's do the brick, because we're covering stone quite a bit here, and the bricks are packing up. Not that it makes a difference for us. We need to go the most profitable route, but I don't know. I hate to run. I hate to run 3 trains on a line unless absolutely necessary. We do need the money, and it is profitable. Let's check the stats real quick. See, we're getting close. We got plenty of room. We could put a 120 on there, take us all the way up to 4. You know, it is tempting. But again, to get to 120, each car holds 7. So we're talking about, yeah, that's a lot of cars. Where is the Dyersburg train? Here's Memphis. Let's see who's making us more money per run. Memphis has 6 cars. And how much is she making per run? Well, when she gets there, she's making us 711 for 6 cars. Okay, and what does Dyersburg have? Dyersburg has 5 cars, and she's bringing us in 4. So obviously the money's in Memphis. 67 on the platform. How big is the Memphis train? She holds 42. Let's put 2 more cars on the Memphis train then. Those are flat cars with side stakes. 7, 10 weight, 4, 7, and an 8 weight. So 1, 2, 3. That'll add 21. And that'll take us to 63. Did we say how much is on the platform? Nope, but we'll make the purchase. So there's 63, 67 on the platform. So we're still not covering. But she has a harder route. That lets us put a couple more on the Dyersburg train. Dyersburg. Red dye number 5. Edit. Give her. Make sure we're doing the right one, because we definitely cannot afford mistakes on cars. 1, 2, 3. And okay. Now what's sitting over here at Huntsville? Huntsville has 226. Nope, that's Dyersburg. Huntsville has 145. How big is that train? She can carry 126. So we're going to drop 2 more cars on the Huntsville train. Alright, cargo. Flat car. This one? Yep. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 2. I thought about 3, but 3'd be pushing it. So we'll do 2 more. So we've upped all of our brick delivery cars. Added more wagons. Who's going to come in here first to pick up a load next? That's an interesting question. I think we're going to get a stone train before we get another brick train. It's the Huntsville train. Well, let's see how her speed is changed by those extra couple wagons. And yes, ferry service continues to try and sink us. Let's see what's going on the water. Ugh. I mean, we're not even covering vehicle costs, let alone the cost of the piers. Neither the Memphis or Dyersburg has come back yet. And yet there's another 2.1 million coming in concrete. Oh, who's this? Dyersburg. Okay, do we have any money to add more wagons? Absolutely not. Eesh. Alright, Huntsville's about to hit the station. Let's see what she brings in. Oh, almost 1.5 million payday. Alright, let's see how this chokes the extra load chokes the Dyersville train. And okay, that's the Memphis train coming back. So this one's good. Let's try and watch Memphis. Alright, Memphis is currently doing 50. We're worried about how much she slows down. And do we have any money to throw another train on another wagon on the Memphis train? No, we do not. Could we borrow money? Ugh, I mean, we're at 6 mil, but I mean, it's not critical, so no. Alright, she's doing 37. Ooh, well, we've added a little bit of weight. I mean, she's lost a little bit of speed. Alright, let's see how Memphis handles it. Alright, the 13's not a problem. 14 because we were at a dead stop at the switch, at the signal. And we're stuck there until the other train clears the 2 tunnels. You know, we have enough room to put a passing siding in up here. Maybe if we get a couple of bucks, we should do that. Throw a small passing siding in this valley. You know, just to speed up the traffic through here. I mean, it'll increase our turnaround. All right. 16. All right, Brownsville or Dyersville. Dyersville made a deposit. She picked up 662 instead of 414. So we upped our profit by 250. Well, that paid for one of the wagons right off the bat. Full train. Full train says add more wagons. Alright, let's see how much extra this gets us. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, again, she got stuck at the switch. Alright, let's see what Memphis pays today. That was 2, so we added, I mean, we spent about 1.6 million on new wagons. So we might make it back in a couple years. Come on, big money. 900? Are we going to break 1 million? We broke 1 million. Look at that. Okay, let's put the siding in right now. Stop the traffic. We'll do the siding. Yeah, this is where the freight trains branch off. So we'll drop a siding right here in the valley. Give us some track. Start it off about here. No, go straight. There. Guess not. How about now? Nope. How about now? Nope. What's going on? It's not letting me drop it in. There we go. Alright, give me straight track. Alright, that is more than a train length, but let's give ourselves a little bit of... I mean, we're going to do it. We don't have to come back later and do it again. We will... And then we come in. Alright, we need one-way signals. As soon as we do this, we should see the... Yep. The warning message popped up. Okay. One way. You're going to stop here. And then we're going to bridge back in. And then that's our... Cool. Look at that. Alright, now let's see how the Memphis train does going back. How's Memphis doing population-wise? There's the bricks waiting to be delivered. And Memphis, 256. She is definitely growing. Anybody waiting at the ferry? 9. There's old Rusty. Still waiting for us to replace that ballast track. Alright, coming up to the first tunnel. That's the Dyersville passenger train that just went overhead. We got green signal and the flag is up. Okay, into the first tunnel. This puts us in the valley. It's a green valley, in case you're asking. Drop Bear, good day. Hope you're having a good weekend. Alright, we're in the passing track in the valley. We're still trying to, and we're green into the second tunnel. Again, we know how much we're improving our turn rate because we looked at that window before we made the change, not after, like every time we forget to do. Yeah, unless we're both in the tunnel, we won't see any improvement here. But this is the improvement we're looking for. Paid this down. Alright, we're back down to a half mil. So that's a shift in the right direction. Total profits. Yeah, see, 35,000 a year. That's a path to victory. To victory right there. Well, I hope you're going to have a great Saturday evening. My Saturday evenings are usually after everybody goes to bed. I listen to Saturday Night Safety Dance. It's an old 80s first wave mix show. The two DJs that did the show do it on Sirius satellite radio on Saturdays. It's a repeat. But they do it live with a modern version on Twitch on Wednesdays and Fridays. It's entertaining. Plus, it's nice because it's music you don't normally hear. How did we only make 35 million? That is that the our investments 120? No. Tracks. Oh, that's because we added the siding. So we added the siding. So where did we get charged for the? Must have been a little further back. That's one of the beautiful things about music. There's so much of it out there. You're guaranteed to find at least 1 or 5 things that you like in terms of different genres. Alright, we're 25, 24. Let's see how much 20. 18. We were 14 coming through this tunnel because we had to stop. And it looks like 16 is still better than 14. And we're back up. So we're on our way back up. So we're... I used to recruit in MMOs by sitting in the, looking for group or looking for guild channel. I would put on either The Wall or Dark Side of the Moon, and I would just type the lyrics into chat. And, because it'd be all broken sentences and, there'd be all this spam coming across. Our group is awesome. Our guild's amazing. Our guild does this. No one cares what your guild does. And then in the middle of all that noise is me, there's old Rusty, is me going, hey, teacher, and hitting enter and typing the next line in. And I recruited quite a few people over the years for different groups that we ran that were, like, they could spot another million. Look at that, 2.7. I think we are well on our way back to fixing things. Yep. Man, those ferries are killing us. I mean, we sold 7 of them off just to lower the costs. And once they get passengers on them, we're going to have to put the ferry boats back out there. I mean, we can't do without them. It's just right now they're getting nothing for traffic. The routes are very long. I mean, but again, it's the Mississippi River. We have to be running ferry boats. I mean, at least when we go to run the freight will go. It's the passengers that are the harder ones. That's why they get a premium on their rates. Oh yeah, this is definitely... That's definitely increasing speed. We might, I don't know, did we put a siding in the valley for the passenger service? I haven't seen a passenger train hold up yet. Let's check out. See how the Dyersburg Express does. See if she gets held up at all. Workers and resources is by no doubt in any way. It is probably the greatest city builder, tycoon, strategy, tactic, game that you're going to play, because of just, first off, the mod community is awesome in Soviet Republic. Secondly, they took cosmonaut mode that I came up with and implemented it into the game. The whole no Deus Ex Machina, no space magic, and they're great regardless of my contribution to the community or to the game itself. But where Soviet Republic is great is that they made everything a road. So when you have a car that goes from building A to building B, it goes across the road. When you have an airplane that goes from airport A to B, it goes across a road. It's just road type air. And everything is structured as... How many people are we leaving on the platform here? Because we're full both ways. We only left one person here. Okay, well, how many are left down at the other end? Memphis, Dyersburg, manage the line. Brownsville. Who's sitting down here? Nope. No need to expand the trains. She left the station without a full load of bricks. We have to fix that. So, any improvement that the developers do, and the development team started out as one guy who's put his life's passion into the game. Any improvement to the transportation engine portion of the game improves all forms of transportation at once. It's not a case where, like, you'll never hear somebody say, ships aren't getting enough attention, because the road portion of it under the engine is always there. There may be some visual things that change, things like how a ship launches or how it spins at the dock, but the big meat of it is just this great transportation engine. And again, the mod community is awesome. If you're going to play it, absolutely check out my guide on cosmonaut mode. And, it'll be real quick. You'll find yourself looking at the game and just, okay, why are we stopped at this signal? Is there somebody in the tunnel? They got to be in the tunnel. Pause the game. Let's find them first. Where are they? Where is that other? Okay. There's the Memphis brick train. So where's the Dyersburg brick train? Up here? Nope. Around here? Oh man. That is... I think we talked about this before. We never put any outbound signals on here to clear this block. So she comes... See, we need a one-way signal to grab this whole block. You know what? Signal. We'll take out a loan and fix it real quick. We just need... As soon as we do one signal, this guy will clear up. Alright, give us a signal. One way. Yes. Coming out of here. Yep. See? Cleared the problem. Now when the money comes in, we'll pay the loan back. But this train probably won't even see the Dyersville work train coming back. The there's a bunch of wonderful mods in Soviet Republic, especially the Polish Railroad, otherwise known as the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. But the Soviet community has really gotten a few good modders, and that's one of the other beautiful things about Soviet Republic is that you've got people from different former Soviet countries who have been able to put their little bit of passion and spin on what their people did during the Soviet era with the limited resources available to them. And a lot of it has included very creative building. You know, a railing breaks or something's wrong, it has to be fixed, it gets cannibalized, it's turned into something else. It makes for very interesting creations. I have a picture in Transport Fever of the last gameplay at 72,000 showing 9 trains sitting at a station. They all look identical. It's, you know, the beauty is, so it seemed 965 because we left without a full load. We had to fix that. Manage line. Which is why everybody should have their own train stop. Alright, Brownsville, Dyersburg, at the factory, stay until full. Huntsville, stay until full. And Memphis. You know, we're on the wrong train. On the wrong train. Well, we'll sit in Brownsville anyway until full. Because it shouldn't take that long, and are they getting full? You know what? Leave them alone. Let them run. No, wait till full. Leave them alone. Huntsville, they were running fine. Don't mess with them. Okay, fix that problem. Now click the right one. There's Memphis, there's Huntsville, there's Dyersburg. So increase that timer. Well, how did she only get out of there with 63 bricks? Let's see how many are waiting for her right now. Alright. Where is the other train? We do not have any money for a signal. Oh, she's right there. So we're doing good. So that's working as intended. Oh yeah, there's some wonderful stuff that people have put out there. I mean, even just a simple, you know, aspect of couplers, you know, the wheel sets, handrails. You know, there's people who have taken existing train models, gone into the graphics and taken the handrails out of the picture and made them as a 3D item within the, you know, just so when you're looking at it, there's some more perspective to the vehicles. You know, when you play like Soviet Republic, Transport Fever, and City Skylines, there's just such an amazing amount of material on the workshop for those 3 different games. And again, you could find yourself playing one of the games and love, you know, something because it's, you know, like it's the SEPTA train in your own hometown from, you know, the current model. You know, speak to the mod author. Half of the work's already done. 63. 63 were full. We left 11 on the platform. So I don't know why she left empty last time. That was weird. Whatever that hiccup was. Okay, where's the... Dyersburg train has 284 out here. If we get a couple of bucks, I guess we'll throw a few more cars on the Dyersburg train. Flat car 8. What are we playing, a lottery here? Waiting for money numbers to come in? Just where are we on the loan? That'll give me 3 cars. Okay, Dyersburg. Dyersburg. Here she is. 8. Manage vehicles. Edit. 1, 2, 3. 58. 1, 2, 3. Flat cars. 1, 2, 3. Move the caboose. Okay. 611. Check the engine. It's the Russian class GV. Let's just make sure something hasn't spun in on us. 140, 30, 40, 25. No, 50. She's still the best train we can run. There was a sale just recently of City Skylines for free, the base game. I would definitely suggest, if you haven't already done so, pick up the Epic Games Store. There are, every week there's a free game from the Epic Games Store or two. And then Paradox runs sales on a regular or recurring basis. Why is she stopped now? Wait, where? Okay. She stopped here. Where is here? Dyersburg. Okay. That's the... Okay, this is the junction for Huntsville. This is the junction for Dyersburg and Memphis. Is that the Memphis line? No, that's the Dyersburg return. So she should have moved up to here. And is that the split? Where does this track go? Oh, that's the Memphis portion of the line. Okay. So this is the Memphis portion of the line, which is why it's got two-way signals on it. So she should be able to come all the way up to here. Signals, one way, no. Let's look for clearance. We don't want to mess anybody up here. Let's just make sure. Alright, this lets her get out this way. And this one should let her get up to there, which should clear the waiting for free path. Yep, it does. Okay, we're good. The problem with City Skylines is there's so many DLCs for it, and you could find yourself tempted to buy them all. You don't need them to play the game. They can make the game more interesting and challenging. You know, you plump down a single school, or you get to build a whole campus. Alright, let's repay that Switch loan back. Almost there. If somebody would just pull into a station, make a delivery. that's alright, well, we'll have it soon. There's some very interesting things you can do with Australian and New Zealand maps. All three of those games support you doing your own map creation. I mean, I made this map based off of the Mississippi River. It's the challenge with maps, like my map in Soviet Republic is a Lithuanian map. When you take like the map of Lithuania, which is relatively flat, and put it into the map builder, you either get the entire country but a perfectly flat map with little ripples, and then you can't use the rivers for navigation, or you get a 77, or you get a map where the rivers are too high. Like as an example, I have it going on right here. Here's here's a dock and a ship coming in, a little ferry boat, and she just picked up passengers. This waterfront level, regardless of the numbers that the boat isn't making as much money as it should, but shut up, Huntsville. To get out of here, you know, this is what the cab service is having to do. It's winding its way up hills. Yeah, that's exactly right. I think this is way more interesting. You know, flat is boring. The question is, when you make something like this, you know, are you sculpting to play your game, or are you letting, you know, random fate give you all sorts of different, you know, I would have never made these valleys like this right next to a town, but it just works out that way. And it's way more interesting with things like this, you know, the horses having to slow to a crawl to make it up the hill. You know, you wouldn't build that way. You'd build, oh no, make it perfectly smooth and flat. And, you know, you miss out on, you know, a scene in town like this. You know, here's your train station, your buggy's coming across two little bridges. The place looks more alive. Yeah, no, exactly. And that's sort of the thing with, you know, like Australia. You know, people who've never been there assume it's all flat desert. Anybody who's ever looked on a map knows that it's not. I mean, it just, there's a variety of features. And I learned something from a game developer many years ago on how to make transitional scenes from one area to the next. And it's as simple as this right here. There's a hill here. It blocks your view. And then, let's see, where is the line? Here's the line that comes down. Where's the wagon? Oh, here it is. Grab one of these. So, you know, this is heading down to the ferry. You know, they're crossing over the bridge again. You go through this transition with the tunnels, you have a whole cutscene opportunity to put a desert right on the other side of this. I mean, you could be in a completely different environment right here. Because when you're, you know, when you're down at ground level, they're hidden from each other. And I'm by no, oh man, that is, who built that? That is just trash. This has to be fixed. That's just crazy. It's cab service on a stagecoach, not a roller coaster. Is that enough money to fix it? 150? Well, if we have to borrow money to fix it again, we'll do it that way. All right. Street number 2. We want to a much more gentler slope. All right, we need it curved. Get us up to here, and then bring us around to here, and then bring us back up to here. Okay, that's ugly, and that slope is just as bad, but it does let us do this, which is helpful for people like me. And now we have a much better run. I guess we gotta fix this. Pull out the take all my money tool. Let's not sure that's better. Not sure it's better, but it costs money. Let's see if somebody's coming around with a wagon. Just to see how it looks. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff you can do. There's a guy that did I'm pretty sure it was a City Skylines series, where all the towns are very small but heavily detailed. And I mean, that could be, you know, okay, that's better. That's at least excusable. But yeah, you have a wealth of, and again, it depends upon your creativity. I mean, I'm not, you know, visually that stuff is not my not in my bailiwick there. But I mean, I have a good idea. It's the implementation that's the problem. Because pretty much everything I build in every game, when I'm done with it, it turns into something industrial. And that's never, not what I intended to. It's just that's where my style lends itself to. For better or worse. The other problem I have is space. I might have given myself in my head, I'm visually looking at this and going, oh yeah, I got enough space here. I could bring in one more train. Maybe two. And then when I go to bring them in, I find out that there's no space here at all. It's completely... which is like, where did it go? Damn it, missed it. Getting close. We're not watching that thing. Like accumulates enough that you're out skiing and doing winter sports, or just a light frosting, like a desert snow that just sort of covers things with, like a glaze. Okay, here comes the passenger train. Another repayment. Okay, hold on, back up. How did we leave 21 people on the platform? Get this closed. Alright, we're full, but now we've left 21 people all of a sudden. What's going on back here? Or rather, not what's going wrong, but what's going on? Do we have Dyersburg? See, we don't have enough people. There's still not enough people to upgrade these trains. I'd love to put another wagon on this passenger service. I mean, heck, we could have put at least two right here. But that's cool. How often do you get to go out and go skiing? If you ski. Around here we have the Pocono Mountains, which nothing huge, but they do during the winter get a good bit of, snow, packed snow, powder, fresh powder, both natural and man-made. And one of the nice things they do, we were just talking to a friend of ours that just came back. Well, I don't know if they have this where you are, or if they do and you've done it, but the ski resorts near us have winter activities, one of which is the toboggan ride down the ski slopes on the you're almost like sitting on a let's call it 4 boards with some roller skate wheels on the bottom. it's when you're riding on it, it feels even more rickety than that because you're just waiting to fly off to your doom. But I mean, it is a fun way to use the hills in the summertime. Yeah, it's interesting what, you know, creativity and, capitalism comes up with sometimes, that the ski resort would make use of their place in the off season, come up with activities. I haven't done it in a few years because of all the fun things in life that has occurred, but my favorite sport that I've done has been spearfishing and lobster, or as it's known, bug hunting. I've really enjoyed all of my time scuba diving. When I grew up, they've actually closed it many years ago, but there was a group that took a landfill, the garbage pile, and in the wintertime it was called Ski Mountain. They had the gravel road. They built the two-story ski lodge. I mean, the place looked great, but you were skiing over an old side of a hill in a trash landfill area. And they had the little bunny slope, so you could take little kids out, or first timers on literally a flat. And then the ski slope itself, autosave. I was wondering why that train stopped. They had a lift bar, took you up to the top. You could ski down. It would take you, I don't know, a minute. Well, the beauty of it was it allowed you to go skiing after school and have your parents go with you, go after work, as opposed to having to take, I mean, for us to go to the Poconos, even as a kid, as a school trip, you were at the school parking lot at 4 in the morning. I want to stop writing overdraft checks here and pay these loans off. I don't know, I'm tempted to do the other concrete train. Yeah, Australia and New Zealand are places that, I mean, depending upon how much you travel for work or family. It's amazing how few people have been there to either from the U.S., or how little of it they know. And then there's people that I've worked with who found themselves on an assignment, and you talk to them, and it's like over the last 20 years, they spent 3, 4, 5 months in Australia on different trips. Because once you go, I mean, we're keeping you there for 2 weeks or more, because of the cost of the airline ticket. We're not sending you there for 2 days. Uluru is on my list of places that I would want to go, and then Ayers Rock. I mean, you're talking about being inland. You know, because when they built Australia, they put a rock at the center of it. It's like, how's there a rock at the dead center of Australia? Yeah, and it's significance to people who, you know, didn't know that it was the center of Australia. Because they couldn't see it. Of course, you can't climb it anymore, but you can still go see it. But yeah, so Ayers Rock, Uluru, and Antarctica are my three places that. I mean, we've talked about it many times, but the problem is always where the weather changes between the north, because they're all southern hemisphere. And when people are out of school or have vacations, plus the travel cost. I don't know if you know this, but I'm going to assume that you do. There's a road that goes all the way around Australia. Because we looked it up one day as a possible trip activity. Wanted to see whether or not you would go down there and rent a car, and you can't because rental car agreements don't let you make that trip because they're wise to you. Or what it would take as an American to go to Australia and buy a car. You know, have it titled, tagged, insured, and then drive it all the way around, and when you bring it back, just sell it for whatever because you're leaving. Who cares? And there's a service for that I did find. Yeah, it's just it's 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 like Easter Island and Rapa Nui. Depending upon where you're from. I think that's always a bad American tourist thing. They're not going to Roma in Italia, they're going to Rome, Italy. They want to Americanize the words. Or anglicize them, I guess. I'm watching these trucks come over here picking up these bricks. Are we? Yes, we are. Oh, debt free. All right. Awesome. Now we can go back to actually some work here. Let's double these vehicles up. Debt free but broke. Come on. Debt free but worse broke. It's just. Yeah, it's the sort of trip that you would think that it's the same problem with cruising. There's a ton of cruises in the U.S. that sail out into the Atlantic and into the Caribbean for 3 days. Because a lot of people can do that. They can take their family, they can take their kids, they can make that in between work. They can, and it's cheaper. But you want to go on a really interesting cruise from the U.S. You're looking at going out of season, so now your kids are in school. And if your kids go to, a parochial or private school or whatever, you can, and you're like, hey, my parents did it. Hey, we're taking our kid down to Panama. He'll be out of school for a week. Yes, sir. He'll learn more on that trip than he will sitting in the classroom for a week. And but those trips are when the kids are in school and they go to really interesting places, and because there's so few kids on. Well, but isn't the difference there if you like to drive? Because, a 40-hour drive is, could take 4 days if there's stuff to see on the way. I mean, we have driven cross country and we've done it in 4 days and we've done it in 30. And we've done it in between because we've done the trip 4 times now. And I mean, the worst part about the trip is finding a time slot that you can go. It's not finding things to do. You know, it's and you want to drive 40 hours, you know, are there stops along the way? You know, do you have to make sure you can get, you know, make sure you're stopping for gas in the right places because there's not going to be another one? This, it is just not letting me buy these 2 vehicles. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, get out of this town. Okay, Dyersburg is done. How are we on? Well, I mean, you know, the short answer to that is, you know, you know, you got a couple of movies, some headphones, you make sure your earbuds are charged, you know, or switch off of earbuds to the corded ones so they don't have to worry about the earbud batteries dying. And then you're on your little isolated, you know, seat for a while. But, I mean, we could leave from the East Coast to go to the West Coast any time of the year. And in a matter of just a few minutes, come up with a quick itinerary. You know, is it winter time in the U.S.? Then, yeah, we're not taking a northern route. Because, you know, we can easily find ourselves at a spot where they pull those gates across and you are not getting back on the highway. Because the highway's closed going forward. You know, it's just the reality of the climate crossing over the continental divide there. It's not a cakewalk. We needed to do something. There was a couple things that had to be fixed. I know we definitely. Oh yeah, I wanted to see about doing this. If I put this, if we bring this down lower and come down here. Does that help us at all? Yeah, because we could bring this, keep this. And I don't even remember now. You know what? It's ugly, it works, and it's interesting. So, let's find our next project. Well, yeah, but you know that. You carry a jerry can. 2 of them, because you got one with water. You know. We're just gonna. Is there anything that has to be fixed here before we leave? Anything ugly or broken? Well, it's not broken because it's working. Is there anything ugly around here? We just don't want to. Oh yeah, this ditch. That's right. Okay. Spend all my money, gun. Let's wait till she. Give me some money. Hurry up. I mean, I'm not going to borrow it to fill in a ditch. That's slow. There we go. Oh, nope, that's negative money. Yeah, but the difference is you can't climb it anymore because people ruined it. And it's also, it's not just people ruining it, it's the, you know, the sacredness of the site and respecting people's, you know, their cultural history. And, you know, there's always just going to be assholes who are going to throw trash on the ground. And that's messed up. So, I mean, you can still see it. I mean, you can't climb Mount Rushmore and take a picture on the president's nose. You can still get within range of it to see it. But going to Mount Rushmore, as an example, I mean, again, that's because if you go to Mount Rushmore, there's also Crazy Horse. But if you look at those, let's say you were flying in from outside the U.S., where are you going to fly to? Fargo? No, no direct flight. You're going to fly to Minneapolis, which is a major international airport. And then you're going to drive, or fly all the way over to the Dakotas, and then still going to have to get a bus service or a rental car to get you, out to the town where Mount Rushmore is. And then, depending upon the time you get there, you're waiting till the next morning to go up onto the, to see it up close. And if you time it right, I mean, we did a trip one year where we were there on the 4th of July. Got to see wonderful fireworks and a forest fire, because the fireworks set fire to the trees on the side of the hill, or the side of the mountain. But, I mean, logistically, even if you're driving close, because you're going, like if you're going cross country and you go, hey, wait, there's a billboard that says Mount Rushmore's down the road. You've lost 2 days because you got to take a day for the entire detour down there. And you're not going to make it in time, or you just got lucky, timing it, and then you lose the next day coming back to get back on, or you just stand there and go, ooh, look, take my picture. Okay, now I'm out of here, and it's just a 2-minute trip for you. I mean, isn't that what makes them interesting? They're off the beaten path. Devil's Tower is another one in the U.S. I mean, if you're just going to drive by to where you can see it and turn your car around on the side of the highway, yeah. But I mean, you want to go there and take the tour and walk around, see all the prairie dogs, and see all the go all the way around it. It's a you're losing a day on every one of those, at least on every one of those stops you do. You're talking losing 2 days on travel, but you get to see it, not just a picture of it. I don't think there's anything else around here to fix. I mean, this town's going to develop on its own. I mean, I don't know if we're flush with money enough to be. Where's our gravel tool? Is this what we're looking for? This one? Yeah. We're talking fine detailing here that for something that might not even be here in a couple years. All right, we're going to find our next project here. And our next project is fixing the river boats. Well, isn't part of the problem though if you go to Al? There's what else are you going to do there? I mean, if you're flying, that's a. I mean, if you're. I mean, you're talking about, like even like I said, but about the trip across the whole thing. I mean, I mean, just east to west, you've got a long trip to go. And can you drive to Alice Springs from the north, or only from the south, from Darwin from the north, or from the south? You know, how much is, because I know there's definitely, when we looked at it, there was definitely some things with the road where, you know, you're not on an 8-lane highway going all the way around. Yeah, that's trying to check my notes here because I don't have any, because I don't take them, because this is all winging it. Where is do we not have any notes on this? Bum, 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 bum. Because of the road trains. What's a road train? Not familiar with that term. Sorry. I assumed the roads were underdeveloped, just like, I mean, you can't drive to Alaska. I mean, you could, but you're not driving there easy in any way. Okay, what are we doing down here? The Cafe Du Monde is making us food. Where can we ship that to? No one wants food here. No one wants food here. There's a food plant up here. Does St. Louis want food? Caruthersville does. Memphis does. Is that food? Yes, it is. Okay, we could put in a freight dock and haul food up to Memphis. Because, we're going to keep beating our head trying to get the cargo harbor, large, 1. What does a 2 look like? No, we want to do it this way. So we got to fix this hill. No, we're doing it down here. We already fixed it. And bring... Let's see, that's too close. So we can bring it in here as soon as we get the money for it. Alright. That's an option. Let's run, because we are running no one ever on the ferry. But at least if we can run the food, that's just crazy. But again, we're using the river. And we've got Farmburg, so Dyersburg Farm. We could send food back. We could send why don't we do that? We'll send the crops back from the Dyersburg farm, and then we'll we'll bring the food back and we'll truck it from here to Memphis and Dyersburg. Oof, you know, once we do that, then there's a truck route in between the two cities, and that's going to kill our... Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, those in the U.S. are limited to, you know, certain highways on certain states. And again, weight limits. Like everywhere else in the world. You know, those... All right. If we bring... How many people are going from Dyersburg to Memphis? Because once we put that truck service in, we don't want to lose any... 2. 8 for work. So, and going back the other way, are we getting anybody? To Dyersburg. Here it is. Dyersburg. 4-9. So we've got 10, 13 people each trip that are going down to Brownsville and back instead of going direct. And once we put that truck here, it'll open up that road to both towns. And we'll lose that traffic because this is way quicker. We could run cab service. Yeah, they're yeah, you run the mule in between them, and you know, a thing that looks like a fifth wheel with an axle on top of underneath it, and the little and the trailer hitch. Or 2. Alright, well, I hate to lose the traffic on the train, but we need to get stuff flowing up and down this river. Let's see if we can find something else then. Well, is there a way to put down the trucks and not... No, because once the trucks are traveling from one common pier, all that passenger service is just going to hop on their horse and buggy and come down. And the other option is we could run a train. That train is not going to make any money at all, because it'll just be 1 or 2 wagon passenger cars coming over to here. How would we even do that? She comes out of here. The passenger line comes up the bridge through the tunnel, and we could branch it over here. You know, we can come out right here. We can come out right here, come over the tunnel on this line. That gets us here. This is the freight line. So we'd have to figure out how to get onto the passenger line. At that point, we could run a third line into the station and loop it right back out if we don't want to take the big loop. But I mean, that's the city loop. That's an interesting question. Can the towns that we're building have more than one loop, or are we going to stick to just one loop and make everything fit just to add to the traffic? I would think one loop. I mean, if it's intercity traffic. Yes, Mansfield. Yes, Huntsville. Whatever. Okay, so now the passenger line's coming. That's the freight return. This is the passenger. I guess we just do another bridge coming across. You know what we could do is we could do a... this is the passenger return. We could have it bridge off from here. That gives us the elevation, and then put it on this line. I mean, that wouldn't be too out of the question. Say we come from here and come across. Can we keep her up in the air? Well, the problem's over here. Yeah. And we can't dip this line down anymore because of the tunnel here. Yeah, see, this is... Alright, so we could do a spiral and come up and over. That's needless and crazy. But we could do this. That gets us up here. Okay, so now we're up here, and now we come over to here. And I mean, we get halfway there. Huh. She's full again. Well, you know, if we make that change, she ain't gonna be full because she'll lose some of those passengers. We make no money off of roads. It does help the cities grow, though. So I mean, the thing with the roads is that's eventually why we put highways in everywhere. Is because it helps the cities grow, which increases the amount of traffic we get to send and the amount of freight we get that's demanded. Why are people waiting back here? 46. Okay, that's a little crazy. Let's alright. You know, we could just bring the food over here to Caruthersville. She's at 156 and she's demanding 33. How big are or how small? St. Louis doesn't want food. Alright, what is the size of the cargo ships? We have a 70, a 70, and a 90 for fuel. So, you know, I mean, it would be cheesy. We got 2 compartments on here. We could... Yeah, but then where's she going to dock? We'd have to have her... We could have her make 2 stops. We could put the cargo docks here. She unloads and then heads over to the passenger dock. That's just weak. There's got to be a better... I mean, I just don't want a jury rig in a run. Memphis food. Looks like it's the one. So we're going to need about... Let's do the math here. Cargo is going to cost us... Let's call it 1.5. We're going to do some landscaping, so let's say 2 million. So we're going to need 2 million to put in the ferry lines between the 2 stops. And then I really, you know, we could go back to the previous items, which was the Gulfport line. I mean, that's passenger service. We could do the Gulfport line. Or, and how many of these cities want food? See, Memphis City, Mississippi City, Pascagoula, Pensacola, and if we hook up Mobile, I mean, all these people are looking for food. I mean, we could switch the food service to train. And we've got the Pascagoula farm and the Gulfport farm that we could be bringing in here. How are we doing for production? Oh, nothing. So we could start. All right, if we bring the freight trains here, we could do the passenger trains right down here to the ferry, and we could do the passenger or the freight service right over here, and then have all the lines heading out together, and figure it out from there. Huh. Okay. So that's 2 end terminals. Are we going to be... how many passenger trains we gonna have here? I mean, I would plan for 8 because I mean we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right in this line, which means they're either going to be all 5 coming in, which is better, and then as they grow, they can get direct shuttles. Because doing this A to B to C to D thing is not... I mean, we could do it. We could go all the way down the line. Right, nothing's popping out for me here. It is not, I mean, we could get started on the oil business, but that again, I mean, we've got all this terrain to get across before it even gets out here to the river. And we've got a lot of oil to bring out here to the river. And then bring it up to the refinery, which is on the wrong side of the river. We need to... Oh, no, because the fuel, it's split on opposite sides of the river. So these two might wind up getting... Well, it's where it put them, so I guess we're stuck with them. We're not making any more map edits unless it's some serious flaw in the... I mean, we've got lumber, but that's just... We've got tools back here. We could start bringing tools out to the... Who wants tools? Vicksburg does. Natchez does. I don't know, these... I just keep coming back to New Orleans because, again, we're down 1,000 residents in New Orleans. You know, it's it's just crazy that we lost 1,000 people. Make the game difficult much, you know. And to do the train service in New Orleans, we're gonna need. We calculated it out before. We need 10 to 20 million just to put in the large stations, start laying the tracks. I mean, unless we're just gonna set it up as a hinky, you know, 2-track station for right now. I mean, we could do the real cheap ass Gulf coastline with just single stations in the loop. You know, we'll do it. Well, if we, all right, hold on, back up. If we do a dead end station in New Orleans, how do we build a Y to get back to going forward? If we, hey, look at that, 2.5 million. We could bring the track in to the dead end terminus here, and then the engine's here. If we send her, let's say here, she's going to be backwards, and then we send her from here back down the line, and she'll be going the right way. Okay, that's how we'll do it. So we can do a Y across the city in New Orleans, across the wastelands, the wastelands in New Orleans. Oh man, that is. Okay, let's plan on that. We'll do. Yeah, we'll do the depot station right next to the bus stop. And then, what is that going to look like again? Buildings. Okay, terminus station. An 8320, which we do not need right now, but again, planning purposes, is going to sit right here. And that has, if we put it right here, it picks up the dock. So we definitely could put the station here. Yeah. All right, let's do 2 tracks and a 160. That gets us here. And then we'll expand out as we bring stuff in. Okay. Do we break anything if we get rid of this stretch of road? Nope. Alright. How about this one? Nope. No, we don't. Okay. So we bring the station in, because we're definitely looking at it to be something grandiose. Do we know which building that is? If we increase the number of tracks, does it change the building? Yes, it does. So we need the 4-track station. What if we do an 8? What does it give us? Oh, we get the gardens and the fountain. Well, that's what we're looking for. So, okay. Does 6 get us the fountains? Yes, it does. Alright, what about 4? What does 4 get us again? 4 gets us the fountains. Yes, it does. And 2? 2 does not. Alright, so we need at least 4. And we get the fountains. And how far out do we want to space that? We want to be right on the sidewalk. Okay, and right over here? Yeah, because this is a passenger station. We're not going to run buildings down the side? Are we? Are we going to need buildings down the side? If we do, we could put them on the right side. And then the town develops with the street on the left? No. That's not big enough for a building. Yeah, I guess we're doing this. Okay, are we sure this is level to the ground? Good enough? Okay, good enough. Alright, there's our New Orleans station. Okay, let's just make sure we can bring in a big building if we want to. Customize. Give us the big passenger buildings. Supports 100 people? Nope, can only go on the side. Let's just call that, damn it. Oh, look at that, different size fountains. We don't have the right station, we don't have the right room. We're gonna have to move it. Let's move it now. And we only got refunded that. That's awesome. Awesome and wrong in so many ways. Can we move the street? Yes, we can. Okay, pause the game. Let's move the street. We're going to... No, we can't, because this is... 2 gives the streets. How big is that street? Is that a boulevard? Tram tracks, yes. Yeah. Can we come from here to here? No, we can't, because that's the... I mean, we can come into here. And then... Okay, well, why are we going this way? We put 2 stops over here when we had 1,000 people in town, and there's no 1,000 people in town anymore. So, I mean, these streets don't do anything, and we could put... they come from around here. Yeah, they come up here. And then I guess they loop when they're out here. At the Garden District? Yeah, how far out of the French Quarter are we going here? I mean... Yeah, we're just... Yeah, New Orleans is organized in districts and quarters. Not just the French Quarter and Bourbon Street. The rest of the town has names to it. How much room do we need to put this building in? Configure. Show us the, let's see, 40, 100. Alright, which is this? Yeah, we just need them. I mean, we can always put them on the side. As long as the station, well, if the station gets too big, it's going to cut in over here. That was why we just asked, do we need to put this over here? And we said no, because we're idiots. How much does that have to go back? Quite a ways. Alright, can we delete the station? Okay, delete the station. Get out of the station's menu. Delete the station. Get back 384, 386. And it cost us $1 million. Ugh. Okay. 4 comes to here, which is that tree. Okay, so now where is 6? 6 is still at that tree. Now 8. There's the big garden. Okay. So that's just further back. Obviously, yes. But it's... I guess we're going to put it here. And we're going to have to go that far back. 2. And we'll go to here. Okay. And then we'll configure the station. Get rid of the little one. And we'll bring in the big one for 100. Which isn't giving us the fountain. There's the fountain. And she fits. Look at that. We did it. We did what we should have done right the first time, and still we screwed it up. Alright, so we've got passenger station in New Orleans. And now, as money comes in, we're going to buy... Yeah, see, how much are we deleting here? It's going to be quite a bit. Alright. Yeah, see, can we run along? I mean... Alright, these 2 go. And then we drop in regular station, 1 track. Okay. Now, let's keep going down the line. What are we doing in Mississippi City? We have to turn out to get the Pascagoula. So let's keep turned out and go this way. And we'll drop it out here. Which means this one's got to go. And there goes our station. Okay. Make sure these are, yes, these are passenger stations. Okay. So now head further down the line. Pascagoula. Yep. Station goes out here on the end of the town road. No trams because we're not in. I wanted to build that road. Yes. Okay. Pascagoula. Okay, Pensacola. Town's over here. We have a stub, so we'll put it right on the end of the stub. Oh man, look at that drop. Almost built a station on that. That's not, we're just going to build another town road back here. Because that's not... Okay, do a town road behind these people. Yeah, it's digging into the ground already. Oh, we have this one down here. We'll just follow that line. There we go. Now we can get rid of the stub. Okay, now we can put the station in. Right there. Right there. Yep, and we got some catchment. Okay, we got Pascagoula. Do we have enough to finish Tallahassee? Is Tallahassee an end station? Which is at the end of the map. Is that a rule? We need end stations at the end of the map? I don't know. I don't normally use end stations. And if Tallahassee isn't a regular station with a loop, then we're going to have to build another Y. And there's no reason Tallahassee's going to get bigger than any other city. There's nothing out here that's going to encourage it. So, why are these roads here? Is the town planning on building something? Okay. Now, station. We could... You know what? We could save ourselves some of the battle and put it in an argument. There we go. Now, can we run track in between these places? Because who knows what that's going to cost. That's 201. And we get a bridge. Yeah, but we get too much bridge. We get this. Yeah, Huntsville. We know. We've all heard. Everyone's heard. What does it look like in the... this is all flat. And we just got to go up. I mean, yeah, we're going to need a bridge, I guess. Let's check our speeds, too. How's that look? I mean, I'm not really sold. It is cheaper, though, and we can afford it. But we only get 90. Yeah, good luck getting that. Okay. Now, Pensacola back to... Oh, let's do our loop before we have a train running the wrong way. 114. Okay. And then when we get money, get back on there before the bridge. So let's come out from here. Anyway, we gotta fill this in. And of course, maybe we should connect this. Check our speeds. It's not too bad. The 64 is not that great. Okay, let's see if we can get enough money for this. And we can get the Gulf Coast line started. But, checking my timer, we are not going to get to finish this because our friendly neighborhood internet rep is doing work in the neighborhood. And we've been informed that we will have a small hiccup of an internet reset. So since we know there's going to be a reset shortly, I guess how far are we going to take this? Let's see if we can do some ciphering here. Let me pull out my notebook and my giant high contrast giant Sharpie pen. And okay, well, we got the loop. Yes, you do. You better signal it because you'll forget later. One-way signals, yes. Coming in, heading into the station. What was that? Ooh, there. There you go. All right, another one coming out to clear. And another one back here. And the one heading in. Okay. Now this means that most we can have on here is a train stuck in New Orleans, a train stuck in Tallahassee, and one traveling either direction in the middle. You know, yeah, that's the, well, you know what? That's what, wow, this is a huge distance. This might be a place for a passing signing. Okay. Yeah, but you got $1 million. Just double track it. We said we weren't double tracking everything because we're trying to make it. We know that we can double track everything and make money. You know, what's the fun in that? That hurdle's already been solved. Come. There you are. Okay. So now we're here. Bring us into the station. Okay, we get a level crossing. Always cool. And we got this weird curve that we did here. Because we don't know why. Maybe we weren't paying attention. Yeah. Is there anything interesting going on here that we're ignoring? Nope, it's just all flat. How exciting. A flat track. Yay. Okay, Mississippi City. We gotta go from here into Pascagoula. Alright, that's 100 grand. We get a level crossing that does a hiccup, so we're gonna delete it. Put this back. And we're gonna check our line speeds. Because that's perfect. It's perfect. Okay. Now, Gulfport. How you getting into here? Well, we're going to not delete that road for 75,000. We're going to get a level crossing at speed to bring us out of here. 120. Cool. Level crossing? Yes. 21,000? Don't have it. Why? Because we're broke. Because we run ferry boats up and down the Mississippi. And they're still... What are they costing us? They're still costing us $1 million every period. That's just crazy. What happened to that track I put down? I click the, yeah, give me a 120. There we go, 26,000. Okay, as soon as we can afford this stub, then we just have to start the other side of the curve, and it's a straight run into Pascagoula, or into Mississippi City from Gulfport. And then comes the hard part. Remember, we need to build a Y down here and put a signal marker down here so that the train will come in, head first to the station, back up to the Y, and then pull out. And hopefully the town will develop around where we put the track for the Y. And also we'll remember that we just said that this is going to be an 8-junction station, which means we need a Y that's big enough to handle all the different trains we bring in. Obviously way down the road we have the trains become double-headed. We have to account for their distance. Ballast shoulder belt. I don't know. Whatever that is. Where'd that come from? Track made of ballast, limited to. Track made of ballast. Why do we want 0-kilometer track? Why would we download a mod that gives a 0-kilometer track? I mean, I understand old Rusty there, but a 0. How much time we have left? If we could get the track connected in these next nope, emergencies only. Emergencies only. Or when we're losing, or when the furries are trying to kill us. Or are we going to go that route? Okay. Put this back, because we're waiting to build it. 120, come on, 120. There you go, 21,000. Now it's 24. It's gotten more expensive. It's gotten more expensive. Come on, money. We just had a bunch of money in the bank. And we spent it all on tracks and stations where we can't afford a long. Come on. Am I going to have to end this without even unfinished track? I mean, I'll be back in an hour or two. Just waiting until the internet resets, but I mean, what? I put this track and the stations down. Oh, there we go. Come on. Click. Okay, can we finish this piece? Come on. 164. It's the building that's costing us money. Yeah, but what's our speeds? 120s. We're flat. I mean, we're flat in 120s and we lose a building. Can we do it without losing the building? Can we just come out that way? Okay. Yeah, we can do it without losing the building. There we go. Now let's connect up this other piece. Where is she? There she is. Okay, 67,000. 120s? Yep, and flat. Okay, which means we're connected from Tallahassee to Pensacola, Pascagoula, Mississippi City, down to Gulfport. We've just got to do the most expensive part, which is the New Orleans connection and the New Orleans Y. Why? Because we don't drive trains backwards. And this is going to be expensive because we still haven't figured out how we're getting up this hill. Are we swinging out here? I mean, that'll give us some room, because then this way we're leaving the city to come out here. That'll give us rooms for switching, which we're going to need. You know, we can do our switching out this way, and then a spur that connects to these guys and allows us room to connect up to White Kitchen and Baton Rouge and out to Biloxi. That's what we're going to have to do. So we're probably going to need, well, right now we need 67,000, and we don't even have that, and we're 1.3 in the hole. So right now we need 1.5 million just to even finish this last stub of track. And we're going to need another couple million. And then hey, we got it. Okay. Gulfport is connected. Here's the line we're going to be running as the Gulf. The Gulfport what? What are we going to call it? We need a cool name for it. I mean, everything can't be the Express and the Limited and, you know, I mean, we can call it the, you know what? We'll call it the Gulfport Flyer. No, that's the name of the train. We need a name for the line. What's the line called? Well, I mean, I guess the line is the railroad. The train, though, is the name. And we're looking for, yeah, not the name of the passenger, not the train. Although is it? I mean, we're only going to run one train on the line. So, is it the Flyer? Is it the, you know, do we stick with the Flyer, the Limited, the Express? I mean, we use the Limited too much. I mean, we can call it the. It's not the Gulf. We're not just going to the Gulf. So let's call it the. The Gulf Cities Explorer. There you go. There you go. It's the name of our train line. All right. So we're going from Tallahassee to Pensacola to Pascagoula, Mississippi to Mississippi City to Gulfport, and then we come into New Orleans. And once we get this line working, then we'll put the Y out here, and the Y will be our 7th stop on the line to get us leaving New Orleans going the right direction. Okay. Hey, we have $1 million in the bank. Let's just do a swag here. We want to get out this way. We're going to have to delete a lot of track. And once we're out here, we have to get up this way to get out to this station. And that's, you know, I mean, it's not ugly, but it's not interesting. Interesting would be, you know, this. Or even better, you know, back this way. Yeah, but we want it to, we just don't want a bridge. We need something to, we're going to have to build it in small pieces. Just something to get us up the rise. And then, you know, from here it joins the, so it's here, and then it makes a, a hard curve into the station, which we'll put this stub here. And let's do the rise up here. Something like that. And then we'll get up here. Yeah, see, that's instantly we have a cut in. And it's going to fight us to not cut in the rest. And we can smooth this. And then it won't actually look too bad. And that gets us up here. Okay. Now, the terrain tools, we can smooth that back. Yeah, see, and now we're not so drastic looking. And then can we get into the station from here? Where's the station? Right there. Right where? Right there. 120s. Look at that. And flat. So, yeah, we have the start of a train line here, folks. Now, getting out of here to there, that's going to be a whole series of these, which is going to require doing some town trimming out here. Can we get up now? Yeah, but we can't even afford it. And I mean, we're going to have to do a bridge. We can't do a tunnel because it's New Orleans. But we've got more than enough stuff to work on next. And we're still hugging the line of being broke. And we've yet to get the $70 million. So we have yet in any way to work on that thing we're supposed to be working on, which is the bridge. And the whole point for doing this is just to try and build up New Orleans so we can get people flowing up and down the river. Also, it'd be nice to return New Orleans back to its population. So we'll have to see how that goes.